Okay, so we took a trip down to the USS Massachusetts from Jill's house. Total distance was, the distance was 61.7. Actually, that doesn't sound quite right, but anyway. The total trip was 129.9 miles. And each way was about an hour and a half. Anyway, so Jill drove down and Peter drove back. So that was pretty interesting watching them interoperate with FSD. Jill didn't particularly, so I normally set my speed control to plus 10%. Jill wanted it up a little bit, so we bumped it up to plus 20%. And I think Peter was kind of okay with it being there at 20. Right? I mean, I don't think, yeah, mine's still set 10%. I think he may have been okay with 10%. I'm not sure which one it was. Okay, whatever. As it turns out, Jill's the more aggressive driver over Peter, which kind of surprised me. But as Peter put it, I conserve my aggression for when I need it. Okay, fair enough. Going down, like I said, Jill wanted the max speed to be bumped up some, so we did, no problem. And what she was feeling was like the speed that was being set was pretty much representative of the other speed, of the speed around us. Okay, so she was kind of happy with that. There was two things she didn't care for. One is if FSD feels like there's somebody behind you, FSD will want to get over and let that car pass. And actually, she found out funny that one time FSD got over, but the car just followed her anyway. So they were probably following a little bit closer than FSD wanted. Okay, that's fair. But other than that, pretty much routine. Now, the one thing I noticed that was different this trip was down in Fall River, they had construction signs or construction symbols on the navigation map, which I've never seen before, and I took some video of it. In one place, the symbol was right next to a trench they were digging next to the road. Just something we noticed as we went along. Coming back, Peter was driving. I think for the most part, Peter was fine. He was more like, I'll just let FSD do what it's going to do. Now there was an issue, and it's as we're approaching an intersection. Jill said we're in the right turn lane. I didn't notice that, but it's possible. And so we did the right turn, or FSD did the right turn, and then was immediately going to do a U-turn to go back out to get back on the highway, which surprised all of us, actually, to be fair. I was going to say it surprised Peter, but it surprised me too. Like, what? What are you doing? So anyway, it did that pretty quickly. Peter said, let me take over. So basically just get back on to the highway. And once we're back on the highway, press the button, reinvoke FSD, and we let FSD run. Jill had mentioned that there's a car wash not too far from their house. And they have what's called happy hour. So with the stockless system, I'm not quite sure how you put the car in neutral. And putting the car in car wash mode doesn't help. So what we had to do is we had to press the Prindle up here, and from the Prindle we were able to select neutral. So, I mean, it was a new experience to me too. I mean, in Texas, you pull into the car wash and the thing goes around you. And in this car wash, it's one of those pull-through things where they have a little chain that grabs a hold of your tire, so to speak, and pulls you along. So you had to be in neutral. All right, so, I mean, just new experience. No big deal. And later Peter said, hey, you forgot to take out your phone and take a video of it. And I'm like, well, okay, you're right. Sorry, I flubbed that one. All right, so anyway, there you go. Um, so what are we really saying for trips? So for the trip, 129.9 miles, 32 kilowatt hours were used. We stopped to charge once down by Fall River. Oh, I didn't mention, so there was a construction zone there, and FSD could see where the turn lane was to get out. We're getting out. But he didn't want to get into it until the cars cleared. And even when he finally got into the turn lane, there was a Jeep, I think it was a Jeep, that was, his wheels are kind of over the line, and FSD waited for him to move. So, okay, whatever. There's that part. So, trip 129.9 miles, 32 kilowatt hours, 246.6 watt hours per mile. Yeah, it's pretty good, huh? Now, the weather has been moderate while I'm here in Massachusetts. To them, it's warm. To me, it's moderate. I mean, right now, it's 66 degrees. It's Friday morning. Okay, so there's that part. On Peter's trip back, he got 230.6 watt hours per mile, which shows that he was probably just a little bit more keep the speed limit down. Now, he was the one that was asking me, how do I compare EVs? So I told him about the watt hours per mile. I said, that's what I look for. Or at least, I mean, it's one of the things, but it's something I look for. So if you're getting 250 watt hours per mile or better, meaning lower number, you're getting 4 miles per kilowatt hour or better. And that a lot of EVs actually get around 3 miles per kilowatt hour. So is that completely fair? I don't know. It's up to you to decide what's fair and what's not, right? But it's one of the things I look for. Okay. And yes, there are cars that apparently do better than Tesla. Okay. I've heard of them. The one I've heard of, it's not a car I would buy because it's more expensive. So, I mean, it's already out of the loop there. But I've heard other cars are better. But most cars I would consider as something I would look at, they're usually getting 3, maybe 3.5 miles per kilowatt hour. Okay, whatever. There we are. It's just interesting observations. Both Jill and Peter, once they got FSD to the point where they're happy with it, I think it was pretty much they were okay with it. I mean, I think Jill would have wanted him to be a little bit more aggressive. And we are in Boston after all, right? And I think Peter was kind of like, it's doing okay. It's doing what I needed to do. So there you go. Onward, upward charge. Of course, I'll have to follow up and get their impressions. So I'm being fair to them. Okay. Anyway, onward, upward charge. All right. I've never seen this little construction symbol on my navigation map before. Something's there. Okay. Road work ahead, 1 mile. Freeway ends, 1 mile. Okay. Work zone, speeding fines doubled, even if you're from Boston. Yes, this is pretty nice. Left lane closed ahead, 1/2 mile. And there's the guys working over there on the other side.
There's actually a pile of dirt.
And we got a police car in front of us.
Come on. Go. That was close.
Okay. It did it?
Well, I pressed the signal.
Oh, okay. So human driver pressed the turn signal to push the car to the left to avoid the cop.
Now take the US 60
Although we have a bunch of drums here. Yes. So they have construction. So that's the answer to the question of the little symbol that showed up. I've never seen that before.
Symbol's up here.
Oh, we haven't got to the symbol yet?
We haven't gotten to something.
But this is all that. Okay, so it's showing up here. We got a construction symbol and a construction symbol, which is a little different than what I've seen before. So
In 1,000 feet,
we're definitely in
turn right to
construction
Gable
area.
Street.
So for whatever that's worth, something new. Okay, so this is something that we noticed when we were at that car wash, and I mentioned it. And I had heard of it, but I never really messed with it a whole lot. So this is your hazards button here. So right to the side of it is your Prindle. So to shift into neutral, press the N and we're in neutral. Okay? Just something that we countered. And Mr. Peter wanted to make sure that you all saw that. Now this is for the the Model 3 Highland. I never heard anybody say anything about the S and X having it. And I don't know about the Highland, not the Highland, but the refresh Model Y. But there's that part.